Hello and welcome to the show. I am today playing some more of the best classic driving games. Today having a go with Gran Turismo 4. It has been a long time since I played this. Do have some very fond memories of this. An absolutely fantastic driving game, and I recently reacquired. I paid £2.50 for Gran Turismo 4. I'm suspecting I can have quite a lot of fun for that little amount of money. Kind of looking forward to having a go with this game once more. I'm going to start an entirely new Gran Turismo mode, session, career, whatever you want to call it, which means we get the greatest of choices. And I've always loved this about, certainly about this particular Gran Turismo, in the way that it delivers cards to you. I think it's a fantastic system for sort of certainly starting off the game. It gives you just an entire range of cars to choose from, all from the used car lots, which I think is a really cool way of doing things. Not going to bother with the licenses in this one. I can do some of the beginner races without having to worry about doing the licenses. Certainly the early licenses are rather dull affairs, quite frankly. We have to pick a car to be using. Now, there are, as you can see around here, all of the different countries that we can go and visit. Now, we only have 10,000 credits to start with, so not a huge amount of money. I don't know, we might possibly be able to buy some cars from here, maybe, if we go and have a look at Fiat. Maybe some of like the really little cars you might be able to buy new for less than 10,000. What have we got from Fiat? We have got the Fiat Coupe. Let me guess. I'm not going to be able to afford you from new. Yes, I would like to buy you. No. 48,000. That's a lot of money. That's, I would like to buy you. I'm guessing you're going to be too much for me as well, aren't you? Oh, look at that lovely colour. Yes, I will have closer. I don't know if there are any cars that I'm assuming probably some like the really little, the key cars. I wouldn't be surprised to see. But yeah, they're probably not going to be the best vehicles to start with. Can we get an Alpha GTV? Is that in the game? I seem to remember that being in the later Gran Turismos. I do love the GTV. We can get a 147. We can get the Spider. We can get the GTV. Get quite a lot of interesting cars. These are kind of like the basic vehicles as well. Again, I'm going to hazard a guess you're going to be too much for me to buy. Yes, there you are. And now there is another section in these called the Legendary Cars. Now, I can't remember. I think you have to unlock these from various events, because I don't think you can buy them. So we've got the Spider, the Giulia. There's some really fantastic cars. There's a great car list in here. We've got the proper DTM car. Can you... Oh, you can buy these. Oh, no, you can't. They're not for sale. The ones you have to win, or you have to unlock, or so on. So, yeah, buying a new car is not really going to work for the start of the career mode, which means you have to go and browse through the used cars, and I love doing this on the old Gran Turismo games, because you never know what you're going to get. I believe this changes every so often. It certainly does on Gran Turismo 5. I don't know about 4, I don't remember, but I suspect it probably will. Oh, we can't quite afford a 300ZX. That's disappointing, if only it was a little bit cheaper. What have we got otherwise? Honda City Turbo. I'm surprised it's got 108 horsepower. What are you? Let's go have a look. I'm not going to buy you as a first car. I'm just kind of curious as to what you are. That's certainly some of the fun. It's one of these. It is one of like the little... almost little key cars. Half the fun with the Gran Turismo games is you get all sorts of weird and wonderful vehicles. So going around and having a look at what comes up is, quite entertaining. Oh, God. For 2,300 credits, we can get a Honda Today G. That does not sound like an exciting name for a car. Nevertheless, I'm going to have a look at it. Make sure you do not press buy by accident. Okay, I'm kind of hoping it's going to be sillier than that. It's just not that much different to the other one, apart from it's got 30 horsepower. Dear God. Can't afford the Celica. That's a show. We can afford this one. It's slightly less powerful version. Oh, we can go for an MR2. Now, you can't go wrong with an MR2. What's a Nissan B? Let's have a look at a Nissan B. This video may just be me looking through cars. I could spend most of the time looking through... through all of the weird and wonderful cars that I've never heard of before. Honda Accord. We can have a Nissan Canopy. Yes, I want a Nissan Canopy, and I don't know why I do, but I kind of do want the Canopy. What are you, even? Are we more of the... Oh, right, okay. It's like... The front reminds me of the Mark. Is it the Mark III Supra? It's kind of like a Mark III Supra Estate almost. Well, certainly from the front, that's what it kind of looks like. That's a peculiar looking thing. If it had more power, I'd be tempted by it. 118, actually not as little horsepower as it could have. Mitsubishi Galant. Oh, I can afford a Galant. That's quite a tempting one, actually. What else we got? Nissan Peo. I guess you're another one of the little micro cars. We've got 51 horsepower, I'm guessing. Oh, look at that. That is a beast and a half. Skylines. Oh, I can afford one of the Skylines. Oh, we could get a Skyline. 8,000 and a bit credits. That's quite a tempting vehicle to go for a first car. Or, of course, an MX-5. We could go for an MX-5. It's not a bad call. Or the Galant 200 horsepower in that one. Okay, that was the 80s cars. Shall we have a look? Late 90s, or I think I spied. There is an early 90s. Anything older than 80s is obviously with the legendary cars, so we can't go for really classic vehicles as a starting car. What have we got in here? CRX or a Fiat Panda? Oh wow, we can have a Fiat Panda with 44 amazing rampaging horsepowers. Oh, it's the proper old Panda as well. I'm so tempted. However, I don't know if the races you do, if it scales to the car that you pick. So if I pick a silly car, I don't know if it scales to a silly car, or whether it just puts you up against the same set of vehicles that if I bought, let's say, this RX-7 that's quite a tempting one at 202 horsepower and almost 200 foot-pounds of torque. I don't know whether it scales the vehicle. Honda Beat. The little Suzuki Cappuccino is in here. They're great fun cars to drive. They are really rather fun cars to drive, but yeah, probably not going to be going for that one. Celicas, more choice of Skylines, another RX-7, there's some Silvias, S13s, that's actually not too bad, power-wise, 202 torque as well, for 7,000 credits. There's another thingammy Honda Beats, some more Civics and CRXs. Oh, we could go for an Evo. Oh, I might have to go. Might think this might be a good choice of first car. Admittedly, if I do buy one of the more basic cars, you could then spend the money upgrading it to make it more competitive and so on. I think, though, we're going to go for the Mitsubishi Lancer. Yes, let's go for this. Let's go for this Evo. Most of our money will go on it, but it's a pretty good choice of a first car. And I like the Gran Turismo, certainly on this one, that it's just, you can go and pick whichever one. If you want to go for one of the silly cars and try and start off with that, then you can, or you can go and try and find something that you like. And as I said, I'm hoping after we will come back later on, we will have new vehicles to choose from. Extreme event. I'm not going to have the license for them, I suspect. For the beginner events, though, we're going to have a go with these. It's taking me like 8 minutes to get to to the race. It's an important choice, your first car in a game. What shall we start with? None of these need that one there needs a B license for. The rest of these do not. There is a special thing for the key car, so if you do get one of those, there is an event to go and do to earn money. That's fair enough. That makes sense. We could start with just a very basic race. I think, shall we go for, though, four-wheel drive challenge? Yeah, let's go for this. It should be a little bit more money, perhaps a little bit more of a challenge. Four-wheel drive cars only. Normal or sports tyres are required. All cars are permitted. Now, I'm hoping they're not going to have sort of utter monsters for me to be racing up against. Otherwise, I might have some issues. Tracks, Grand Valley. I recognise some of these names. Autumn Ring, recognised. Super, of course. Don't say I remember that one there. And Fuji, I was never very good at Fuji. I do remember driving it. Let's go to Grand Valley. We only have to do 2 laps around here. I have fiddled about with the controller slightly to be more to my liking. I have L2 and R2. L2's my brake, R2's my accelerator, so it's a little bit more like an Xbox controller, basically. Right, I did try and find a way to turn off traction control, and I have no idea where to look for it. In options, I can get it to a manual. I can get the fiddle around with the controller layout. I didn't see a way of doing track. There it is. Found it. Ha. Oh, come back. There we go. Driver's aids. That's what we want. Okay. I was kind of hoping for just generic traction control, ABS, and so on. Instead, you've got ASM. Okay, so fancy stuff. Traction control can go bye-bye as well. Right, we don't need any of that. I didn't notice there wasn't a way for ABS. Oh, can we... Ah, you can do that. That's quite cool. Yeah, plenty of detail. Or with all of this stuff, you can fiddle about with differentials, with all sorts of settings, gearbox, suspension, etc. Nitrous, if you are so inclined to put nitrous on your car, brake balance, all of your normal stuff, and then plenty of options for tyres-wise. We come with sport tyre. That's not too bad. Quit and return to the previous menu. Yes, I would like to go for a drive now, and we will see what we're going to be going up against. I didn't actually pay any attention to the cars it drew me against. A Dodge Ram, Volkswagen Beetle, Audi RS4, Range Rover Stormer Concept, and Ford RS200. That's a mix and a half of vehicles right there. What a selection of cars that we're going to be going up against. So from Rams to Beetles to Audis to Range Rovers and a Group B rally car. I think I'm maybe slightly outclassed here. We will very quickly find out. The Ford is monstrously quick. The Dodge is already bullying people. That's... what a great start. And the Beetle is leading the way. We can't be doing with that. I fear I may have gone in a little too... may have gone in at the deep end, really. With this one here slightly. Oh, okay, we don't quite have the turning that I was sort of expecting. Never mind, we're a rally car. We're fine doing that. Probably probably not the best line that I've ever taken through that through a corner. Certainly not that one. Right. Not been a particularly good start. The Beetle is buggering off at the front. The Evo's got a little bit of understeer. It's kind of... I'm sort of turning it into a corner, and the front end sort of feels like it has grip, and then, oh, we get a little bit twitchy. I'm really not used to a PS2 controller. I apologise for the shocking driving. On here, very, very poor. Ford is very much quicker than I am, and apparently wants to be in the same piece of road that I am in, and will be happy to give me a nudge, and I will return the favour with some bumps up there. Can we have a dive up the inside? Yes, indeed we can. We can get a little bit of understeer. That's okay, though. We will get the car back pointing in the right direction, and we should now go and chase down the Range Rover Concept. Oh, no, that's not look behind. I don't know. I kind of just am used to having the right stick as a look around stick, and it doesn't work, and I'm getting mugged by everything. We've been completely mugged by the Audi and the Ford. I would expect the RS200 to be a damn sight faster than this lot here. That's the wrong button. That's not a good thing to do. Okay, no, we're fine. We're fine. We've not done anything catastrophically stupid. Somehow, we've got away with that. It was... come on. Some acceleration. They're having a great battle with an Audi, although the Audi may well want to... No, the Audi does not want to give me any room. Range Rover, slow them down, please. I know I can be relatively fast across here, even I think I am well out of my depth. With the cars I'm racing against, we're going for maximum attack across the curbs. Oh, maximum attack is too much. Too much. Hello. Little bit of car ping-pong is going on. Also, we've got a bucket load of understeer through there. I'm not quite sure. Sorry to the Audi there. I was trying to get back going again on track. I wasn't expecting to have so much understeer going on with my Audi, with my Mitsubishi. Ooh, it's really struggling through there. I spy an unpleasant sight coming from behind. Yeah, like... So the physics are terrible, certainly, but I'm kind of coming up towards a corner, and you initially turn in, and it's thinking, oh, this is going to be all right, and then it really isn't all right, and it doesn't quite want to get turned in the way that I'm kind of expecting it to. I was kind of expecting another lap. I don't know why. Okay, that did not go to plan whatsoever. No, let's not watch the replay. It's been too long since I've played Gran Turismo to be any good at it. Yes, I got 200 credits. Woo, maybe we should not go straight in at that championship. Maybe we should probably go. Okay, new plan. Oh, no, new plan is to go to exit. Maybe we'll go back. Start at the beginning is probably a relatively safe bet here. And we will try not do awfully with the racing. Yeah, the handling is just something that I'm not used to. The other thing that I've got to try and remember to do is that the circle button isn't back. I'm used to expecting the circle button to be a back button, and it isn't. You've got to press triangle, which is a slightly weird place for me, who usually plays on an Xbox controller. So I may end up going through a menu I don't mean to, because I'm forgetting what controller I'm using, basically. So if I do that, apologies. Yeah, it's still trying to recondition my brain to do certain things. Now, hopefully, here, the Evo will fare a little bit better. We've got a Mini, an Alpha 147, a Honda Jazz, an MG, and a Toyota something or other. I don't know what it is. So we've got... Oh, it's a Toyota box! What an exciting thing we are going to... to be going up against. Look at that thing. That is something spectacular to be taking to a racetrack. Are we going to go? I mean, you could have started the sort of the whole pre-race thing kind of that corner, or even here. I mean, that'd be fine. I'm ready. I'm raring to go. I must redeem myself after such an appalling opening race. Oh, okay, yeah. Got to be careful of the understeer. We're going to go around the outside of the MG. I remember this circuit. I know where I'm going, at least on this one. I vaguely remember the previous one as well. I think from Gran Turismo, I'm assuming they're in 5, and I remember them from 6. Right, we're up into... This is much more my pace. I can actually kind of compete with these cars. It's a little unfair putting this Evo up against an RS200 in its first race. That does feel rather outclassed, really. Although, admittedly, putting it now up against a Mini, I equally feel a little bit too quick, perhaps. Oh, although that understeer... Are we gonna... I wonder if I'm doing something silly with the analog stick. I don't know, it kind of feels like it should be getting turned in, and then it just doesn't. Again, it's probably me being not quite used to the game. We're pushing the car a little too hard, I think, through there. Not that it really matters a huge amount. There we go, through these opening corners, and we're going to end up out in all sorts of trouble over there. But it doesn't matter, because I am miles faster than the cars around me. This is one of the problems that I kind of have with Gran Turismo, is I don't have a dislike for the game. However, the way that they're kind of classing of vehicles is not quite as, certainly nowhere near as good as Forza. I mean, the Forza PI system is nowhere near perfect. However, it is a damn sight better than the equivalent in the Gran Turismo games, which means you often get very, very mismatched races, whether you're against the AIs or whatever it may be that you're doing. You end up with these relatively mismatched races, and the AIs aren't the most exciting things to be driving against. They very much follow their rails, and that's about it. That's my experience, certainly, of Gran Turismo 1s. And this is still... oops, we got... there we go. Yeah, this still seems to have the mismatched races, and, well, the AIs, they do their thing, and you kind of ping off the side of them, occasionally irritate them, occasionally they come flying past you, and so on. But, yeah, I mean, it's still very, very much that. But the strengths of Gran Turismo, of course, are the car list. The car list is always interesting. And this one, just from this opening sort of faff about with vehicles, you can already see the car list is fantastic. Or you already know, if you remember the game, the car list is really rather good, with all sorts of peculiarities on there. So what do we got? Well, a Lupo, Mini Cooper yet again. The Alpha 147 is back for another go. Peugeot 106 and a Honda Ballad Sport. Oh, it's a CRX. There we go. It's just got extra bits in the name. You could have just said CRX and be done. I guess there are about 1 billion CRXs and Civics in every Gran Turismo. I think I counted at one point that there are 30 MX-5s in Gran Turismo 6. Which is a ridiculous number. I love MX-5s, it's still a ridiculous number of MX-5s. Excuse me, game, if you could not have my car heading immediately towards a wall, that would be kind of good. Let's not end up in the back of the Honda. Well, the Honda can end up in the back of the Peugeot, I could end up on the grass. Good start, everybody. We're doing a super, super clean beginning to the race. This circuit feels very much, well, judging by the the track map and the fact that there's a wall down there, this looks like it would normally be kind of an oval. Okay, we're going to get boxed in here if we're not careful. Mini, gonna move on. No, the Alpha are going to bump draft you all the way down the straight. Go on, Mini. We can keep ahead of the Alpha, or we can get you ahead of the Alpha, and I will come with you. Well, that actually kind of worked. Don't let the Lupo get away. Oh no, we're going to do this again. We're going to get some understeer and some oversteer and slightly flounder our way off the road. It's been a long time since I've used a PS2 controller for driving. Oh, that's going to get me in trouble if I do that any more times. I don't know if there is penalties for corner cutting. Hello, Volkswagen. Come on, get your foot down. We can go around the outside of him. Don't understeer into pit lane. That would be a very... it would be an amusing but slightly irritating way to go out of the race. Alright, so I've really slowed it down. Yeah, there is quite a bit of understeer from the... Well, I say understeer from the vehicle. Kind of what I'm expecting the car to be able to do. It's not quite... no, that's... Oh, I'm doing all sorts of wrong with the car. Somehow I'm still miles ahead of the cars I've raced against. Perhaps should have gone for something... Oh, crap. No, now we've got that understeer going on. Around there. Yeah, maybe it would have been better off going for something slightly different. If I can earn some money in this, you can get the money to upgrade the car to make it competitive for the other classes. And the races, to start with, again, relatively short. They do... Oh, no, I'm still thinking I can carry more speed through there than I actually can. The races, they do go up to... There are some full-on... I don't know if there are 24-hour races. I know there are definitely big endurance races on here. I do remember at one point when I had this game way back when, there was an endurance race. I think it was like 8 hour long, something along those lines. Basically, I drove for a little while. I think... Did I drive for a little while, then put it in, like, got a huge lead and then put it in B-Spec mode and left my console on overnight? I think... I can't remember if I drove the opening bit or whether I just left it on B-Spec overnight anyway. Either way, I left the PlayStation running all night so that the AI driver could win a race, because I couldn't be bothered to spend the time to do it. There are some mega endurance races. I seem to remember being able to swap at pit stops for the AI to take over. I might be wrong on that though. I don't know what I'd be thinking of if I was wrong on that. But yeah, and that's quite an interesting thing. I mean, what it means is you could potentially do kind of like a long endurance race would essentially have you and an AI driver as your second driver. So you could drive for an hour or so, let him go and do a couple of hours, you could come back to it and so on, which is quite a cool thing and something that's not really done outside of Gran Turismo. The B-Spec mode was quite good fun. I don't know whatever happened to it. Was it in 5? I don't know my Gran Turismos particularly well. I apologise to the Gran Turismo fans. I always had an Xbox. I did get a PlayStation at some point, hence why I have played this game and why I did enjoy this game, but I always had the Xbox more. I never really got into the Gran Turismos as much. Oh, look at the MPV is coming for some racing action today. So yeah, I can't remember at what point B-Spec mode vanished. Whoa! MPV is trying to take me out. That's not good. You mean car. I know I was making slight fun of you, but that doesn't mean you have to try and murder me at the start of the race. And I know this track as well. This is a really rather quick circuit. And we are already up into second place. Oh, we have the MG, of course. That we can overtake if he doesn't try and put me into the grass. The AIs aren't the most intelligent of things. They don't really react to where the player is. So you can be diving up the inside and they'll have no idea what to do. Oh, I forgot about the understeer. Oh no, we're going to play on the grass. We're going to kind of slide our way around the grass. It's fine. No disasters. It's an Evo. It just wants to play off-road. That's what we're going to go with. Okay, nothing to do with me being terrible at driving on here. We're going to go with it liking to play off-road. No, we're not going to be able to take that much speed through there. Absolutely not going to be able to take that much speed through there. Oopsie. Maybe we'll have to slow down a little bit more through this next turn. There we go. Now we can use the speed. That's not the buttons. I'm finding the right buttons for things eventually. Use all of the speed to run away. Also, I swear I turned off the music before starting all of this. Apparently, it's I've only just noticed that has come on. Oh, we've run a little bit wide. I probably pressed back instead of save on a menu somewhere, which is always the clever thing to do with with these games. Right, we are well out in front, and barring me do anything stupid, which is always a possibility, really, when it comes to these videos, we have got it, pretty sizable lead. Can we be flat out through this first turn? I think we probably should be able to. It's a lovely kind of banked corner. Oh no, maybe not. Yeah, there's oh crap, there's kind of the initial turn-in is great, and then all of a sudden you sort of find understeer. It's a little bit, little bit peculiar. I'm sure once you get used to it, it's absolutely fine. It's just me being very rusty and used to different driving mechanics, having the odd issue with it. And slow down for this one. I think I'll probably got to be slower into the corners and focus on being quicker out of the other side. That would probably work better for me, but it doesn't really matter. The slight downside with this way of starting the game is, as I said, you can get rather unbalanced races if, like me, you go for what looks like probably one of the best cars to start with. You can get a little too fast for the early races, whereas if the game kind of gives you a car, or gives you a very limited selection, it's it can balance the very opening races a little bit more. But yeah, it's still a good game. I love the used car lot and kind of the random nature. What we might do is when we take victory here, I'll have a look. We'll see if there's different cars have appeared. I don't know how long it is in between the changeovers, but we'll take another victory there. The good old Mazda. That's a Mazda 2. Okay, it was much more of an MPV looking thing back in 2003. 13 seconds over the course of 2 laps, just a tad too easy. Let's go have a look at the used car lots again and see if any new stuff has appeared. Oh, we'll have sort of 2,400, so we can go buy one of those little. Shall we go get one of the little key cars and go and race that, perhaps? I have a sneaking suspicion, though, if I get one of the cheap ones, we're probably going to be horrendously outclassed. But never mind. Let's go and have a look when we get through the loading screens. I don't remember the loading screens being this long, but there's just lots of them. But again, this is a relatively old game, so I will forgive it that. Has anything changed on this? Yes, it looks like this is all new. A couple of preludes: Skyline, Silvia, Civics. There's an FTO in there. There's a Mirage Cyborg. Oh, look at that. Daihatsu Move. What an exciting vehicle this one is. Oh, this is like the midget. If it's four-wheel drive, I suspect it's going to be like one of the little pickup midget kind of style things. Oh, no, it's a little van. Okay. What else have we got? NSX has appeared. Starlet. All sorts of things. So yeah, the midget. Oh, shall we get a midget? We've got to get a Daihatsu midget. These are the greatest racing vehicles of all time. They are so much fun to race a field of these together. Yes. Oh, I can't afford it. No, it's too much money. It's 2,800. Damn it, I'm 400 credits down. 300. There's another different sort of 300 ZX. There's a 2-seater and a 2x2. Sure. Okay. And I've gone back to looking at cars, haven't I? This is an easy way to spend so much of your time. So yeah, it changes very, very regularly. Opel Tiger and Vauxhall Tiger down there, incredibly expensive, and all sorts of other things. Let's go have a look then. Can I afford a key car? Oh no, pressed the wrong button. I knew I was going to do that eventually. Just sort of instinctively pressing that side of the controller. Can we afford anything exciting? City Turbo. Aha! We can get the Today G! I think that might be completely outclassed. I was hoping for something with a little bit more power if we are going to. No, we're not. But yeah, that is Gran Turismo 4. Still love the car list. Still a great game. It looks hold up really, really rather well. I think it's still a great way of doing a career mode on one of these racing games. I love the used car lot. I think it's a fantastic way of doing things. It does have the age-old Gran Turismo problems that have always been in these games, with the very robotic AI and the slightly not the most balanced of events. I think they do get better, but certainly with the beginner races and so on, yeah, a little bit on the unbalanced side. But that kind of comes from the nature of picking. It's just a wide variety of random vehicles almost to start off with. But yeah, it's I'll probably have plenty of fun playing through this one once again. Anyway, that is it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.